The girl risked her life for 30 million won by spending 20 whole years inside a cryogenic chamber. 20 years later, she finally woke up, yet she hadn't aged a day. Dragging her weakened body along, she stumbled down the street, completely unaware that she had been frozen for 20 years. Still dazed and confused, she boarded a bus, pulled an old banknote from her pocket, and waited expectantly for the driver to give her change. But the driver told her she hadn't paid enough. The girl couldn't believe her ears. The fare had been 500 won just yesterday. How could it have jumped to 1,300 won overnight? After getting off the bus, she struggled all the way home. She knocked on the door for ages, but there was no response from inside. Just when she was at a loss, the worn-out lock suddenly snapped. Delighted, she pushed the door open and walked in. But the moment she saw the empty apartment, she froze in place again. She quickly pulled out her phone and tried to call her mother. But after 20 years in the cryogenic chamber, the phone had been completely ruined and wouldn't even turn on. With no other choice, she took it to a repair shop. The clerk examined it for a long time, then told her it was a model from 20 years ago, and there was no way to repair it. He suggested that she buy a new one instead. Hearing this, the girl immediately became anxious. She insisted that she had bought the phone less than a month ago, so how could it possibly be 20 years old? The more the shop owner listened, the more suspicious he became. Thinking she had come there to cause trouble, he called the police and had her taken to the station. At the station, an officer asked the girl for her ID. She searched through her bag, but instead pulled out a Leslie Chung album, an old brick phone, and several other relics from the past. Every item looked older than the last. The officers began to wonder if they had somehow picked up a scrap collector. But when they finally checked the information on her ID, everyone in the station was stunned. A 50-year-old woman sitting nearby overheard the officers and shot straight up from her chair in shock. The police then used Marie's registered address to find her parents' phone number, but no matter how many times they called, no one answered. Marie waited and waited at the station, but eventually realized there was nothing else she could do. So she left her mother a voice message and walked out of the station alone. Without realizing it, Marie eventually wandered back to her old school. When she looked up, she saw a banner on the wall with the year 2019 written across it. She was completely dumbfounded. She rubbed her eyes, wondering if something had gone wrong after being frozen. But no matter how many times she looked, the numbers clearly read 2019. Marie's mind went completely blank. She had only gone to sleep. So how had 20 years suddenly disappeared? She looked around at all the young faces and the electronic devices she had never seen before. Completely overwhelmed, her legs gave way and she collapsed onto a bench. Meanwhile, her mother returned home and noticed a new message. She casually played it, but the moment she heard her daughter's voice, her entire body went rigid. For the past 20 years, the whole family had been searching for Marie, but they had never found a single clue. The family immediately rushed to the police station, but as soon as they arrived, the officers told them that Marie had already left. The entire family was overwhelmed with both joy and panic. They were overjoyed that their daughter was still alive, but terrified because they had no idea where she was now. So the whole family set out, searching everywhere for Marie.